You make more money than your parents ever did, but why does spending feel scary and saving pointless? Welcome to the series The Psychology of Wealth, where we uncover the mental patterns that quietly control your money, your financial decisions, and your destiny. To show you how powerful these mental patterns can be, let me take you to the story of someone who looked financially stable on the outside, but still stuck in survival mode on the inside. Kabir grew up in a small two-bedroom apartment in Pune. His father was a government clerk, honest, overworked, but underpaid. His mother ran a home tiffin business, waking up at 5 a.m. every day to pack meals for office goers. They lived month to month. Diwali meant budgeting, school trips were skipped, vacations were out of question, and every rupee was accounted for. Once, Kabir topped his class in science, but skipped the district level exhibition. The entry fees was 800 and that felt like too much to ask. That day, Kabir didn't just miss an opportunity, he learned to shrink his dreams to fit the budget. And from that world, he absorbed some negative thought patterns that stuck with him through his adulthood. So when Kabir grew up, got a decent job and started earning more than his parents ever did, you would think he would feel rich, right? But he didn't. He saved obsessively but never invested. He worked hard but never negotiated. He wanted financial freedom but always chose safety. Because deep inside, his brain still thought he was poor. That's when the trap became clear. Kabir didn't have a money problem, he had a scarcity mindset. A psychological echo from his upbringing still controlling his present. Scarcity mindset isn't about how much you have, it's about how small you believe your options are. When you grow up with less, your brain becomes wired for survival, not expansion. Behavioral science shows that scarcity narrows your focus to immediate problems like bills, expenses, daily decisions. It reduces your cognitive bandwidth, making long-term planning feel risky or even impossible. Over time, it creates something called as learned helplessness, where you believe that no matter what you do, nothing changes. That's why people stuck in scarcity avoid investing, why they choose comfort over challenge, and why they often self-sabotage even when opportunity knocks. Here's what Kabir realized. His financial habits weren't just about money, they were about psychological safety. And to build wealth, he didn't just need more income, he needed a new identity. So it started with these three mindset shifts. From I cannot afford that to how can I generate that much amount of money? Opens your brain to possibility, not paralysis. From hoarding cash to deploying cash, he began investing 10,000 rupees per month, not for returns, but for belief. From thinking in days to thinking in decades. Scarcity plans for Friday, wealth plans for freedom. These weren't massive moves, but they told his brain, you're no longer surviving your life, you're designing your life. You may have grown up with less, you may have watched your parents stretch every rupee, but that doesn't have to be your legacy. Scarcity shaped your story, but it doesn't get to write the ending. You get to. One belief at a time, one action at a time. If this shifted your perspective even a little, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm and your brain, this is the new standard. And if you're ready to keep rewiring your mindset for wealth, subscribe to Think Rich with Vishakh and build wealth where it truly begins, in your mind.